by Riverside.
All right, Poppy. We're back with a special one. You ready?
Absolutely.
This or that time. Trick or treat?
Yeah,
Pick one.
well, I'm not a big sugar guy, so we're gonna go with the trick.
Oh, why?
Yeah. What?
Why trick?
Why a trick?
Yeah.
I like tricks.
But tricks are
You know
for
who
kids.
actually had this? You know who actually did the coolest tricks in the world? And I don't know if you want to hit him up, Ricardo Salgado.
Huh?
He knows how to do
Like-
card tricks. No, I'm serious.
Like magic tricks?
Yeah, like he would literally get a card like from a deck and flip it, and it would float around like spinning like all around him, and it would land like in his hand. I remember we saw it at a bar once.
What happened?
This is when he was single, of course.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know, it's funny you say
yeah.
that because...
God, I wanted to go home with him. Yeah, it's incredible.
So, my brother knows magic tricks.
Okay.
Like legit, like card tricks.
Two of the freaking funny cards in people's shoes. And,
those reds, spongy balls.
yeah.
And turns them into 3, turns them into 1, whatever. And so when I was teaching in San Luis, people would be like, "Oh, which Castillo? The one that does magic tricks?" And so eventually kids knew about it. A lot of students knew about my brother doing magic tricks.
It's badass.
And so then they would ask me, "Oh, do you know magic tricks too?" And I said, "No, I have friends, so I don't do them." So.
Yeah.
Some of those tricks, man, I'll never forget. There's this one time we were at a Halloween party, and somebody at the party had a tattoo. And he was doing all these tricks, making cards disappear all of a sudden on the other side of the window, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, people were like so into these tricks, where he grabbed the guy's arm and he says, "Tattoo, right? Ace of spades, right?" And he grabbed his arm like this.
Yeah.
He's like, "Think of a number. Think of a number." And the guy's like, "No, no, no, no." He thought he was going to change his tattoo to a different number.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But, yeah, the only trick I know is this one.
Son of a bitch, how'd you do that?
That's the only one. Learning like 30.
I always wanted to do it. I just never sat there, and I'm terrible with my hands anyway, so that's why they put me in the outfield.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Halloween, my favorite time of the year.
I love Halloween. I love it.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I like Halloween almost as much, maybe even slightly more than Christmas.
I thought you were going to say Mardi Gras, but okay.
Yeah, well,
another
that's
Catholic
another one.
holiday, right?
But I love Halloween, and today we're going to go over a little brief history of Halloween. We had a chance to talk to some people, some of our friends and colleagues, what they like about Halloween and some of their favorite like costumes or whatever. And you can't talk about Halloween without talking about costumes and Halloween movies. So we'll get into that as well. But
I just love that everybody. It's one thing to dress up. It's a whole other day to be in character.
Oh yeah.
And then I remember one year I dressed up as Tony Montana, Scarface.
Yes.
And of course you got to do, like I was doing the dance and saying stuff out loud. Who knows? I was drunk, but it was a fun night.
When?
Yeah. This was a few years back, but
so,
I think pre-COVID.
So we're wearing our versions of Loteria cards, right? So we decided as a department, you could either choose the classic characters of Loteria, which you're El Catrín.
Yes.
And I said, you know what, I'm going to slightly change mine. I mean, it's not a character, but El Vaquero. So here I am. I show off my boots.
They're nice.
I don't really wear them that often.
They're nice boots.
But, man, they hurt.
Are they alligators?
Yeah, crocodile.
Some croc?
These are the original Crocs.
Tijuana? Oh yeah, thank you.
These are the original Crocs.
Yeah, sorry Ryan.
So, but our department also decided to do it together, and we have a variety of different characters, which you'll be able to see mid-interview, mid-episode. So let's get into some history though. How here in the United States, Halloween is huge. It's one of the biggest money-making holidays of the year.
It's fun, yeah.
It's fun.
So people happen to make money along the way. America.
And I mean, not everybody celebrates it, but
sorry, Joe.
It's a fun holiday.
Absolutely.
It's meant to be fun. It's not meant to celebrate any like, you know, anything negative or anything. But I just remember growing up, Halloween was like it's Halloween season.
You went off.
We went off, and we try to find creative ways to dress up or whatever. But
yeah, you have to be creative because there's not much money to make costumes. You know,
we
can't go to the store. There's no Spirit Halloween back then.
We definitely made most of our costumes growing up.
Yeah.
So growing up, you know, I have 4 brothers and a sister. Money's tight.
Yeah.
But how did Halloween start for you? How did we get to the point to now, like, we have candy sales skyrocket, you know, probably more than maybe Valentine's is a close second, I would say, but how did we get to Halloween here? How did Halloween come to be?
So I think it's an interesting story. I think it's a cool story because it started with the Celts, not the Celts, like the Celtics.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it is from the island of Ireland, right? The Celts on that island, and I guess a lot of people would die in the winter, obviously because, you know, our Mexican moms told us if you go out in the cold, you're gonna get sick. Right? Now, going out in the cold didn't make us sick. Going out in the cold actually lowers your immune system, and so we're always gonna be exposed to viruses. But how well can our body fight these viruses off? So in the winter, not as well, especially when you're in the climate of freaking Ireland, like so far north, you know. So it'd be cold as hell, and a lot of people would get sick, and a lot of people would die. This is like 2,000 years ago when this went on, right? So, and if you think about it, even 100 years ago, if you think about medicine, 100 years ago, the infant mortality rate was at 50%. So your mom, every other kid from your mom would have died 100 years ago. Like, that's insane, right? So imagine 2,000 years ago. So they got so scared of the winter coming, summer's ending, summer's eve. They got so scared of the winter's ending, so the Celts started the ceremony. They light a big freaking bonfire, and then they start like dancing around, and they dress up as different things to scare away like the bad spirits that would kill us. Right? Yeah, they would scare the bad spirits that they would come to kill us during the winter. So I get a kick at that. Oh, and then the Pope came over. We don't want him celebrating this pagan holiday, and of course, pagan means anything. It doesn't mean you're not religious. It just means your religion is not of the mainstream. It's not like Islam, Jewish, not Christian, not Islam, not Jewish, not Taoist, not Buddhist, not like something like when Columbus came over. Man, these fools are pagans. No, they believed in something. It's just not something you're familiar with, fools. So relax. So anyways, the Pope got scared of that. Thought he'd lose some followers. They wanted to shun this pagan holiday, so he made the All Saints Day November 1st, right? And so eventually it evolved into, well, let's celebrate, let's party on the Eve, All Hallows Eve. And now it became Halloween.
So All Hallows Eve became Halloween.
That's right.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
So I also looked at some interesting information about trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Because you talked about how they have these massive bonfires, which these bonfires eventually became what we now do.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, pumpkins.
Yeah, the pumpkins.
Right?
They light the fire inside of it. I was like, holy shit, that's how we got that?
And I guess, again, all of it is meant to scare these evil spirits away, right? Mm-hmm. And when these people would wear these masks, it was meant so that if there was these evil spirits, they wouldn't be recognized by these spirits and follow them home.
Do I look like I'm smelling my finger every time like this?
A little bit.
Yeah, right.
It's a sweet stash. But eventually, so these
great pre-show.
These traditions became what nowadays we do as dressing up as costumes. And sometimes they're scary, sometimes they're spooky, but I always enjoyed the fun ones, like the making fun of situation ones.
Yeah, the scary ones are cool for like haunted houses and those badass and all that. But I like screwing around and being some kind of type of character. So today I'm a snooty character. By the way, did you catch this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this is totally fake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a real handkerchief actually. Well, it's what can you do? Kleenex. That's all it is. I lost the actual one because I was drunk one night. That's perfect. That's where it goes. Because I was drunk one night and I just tend to lose things when I'm drunk, like my credit cards and stuff like that. But anyway,
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
So another part of it also became a thing where people would go around on this day begging for food.
Peasants.
Right? They beg for food or ask for food. So it eventually became a thing where people would make these little cakes to keep. So as they're going around begging for food, people would make what they would call soul cakes because again it's All Souls Day,
Yeah.
and so this idea of giving out soul cakes became what we now do as giving out candy. They would call it going a souling.
Oh yeah, going souling. Yeah.
Going souling. So now that's trick or treating.
So we're going souling later.
So yeah, today a lot of people going souling.
Let's get liquor and go souling.
So trick or treating, and man, trick or treating is a good time. I remember that was one of the things I enjoyed because my cousins would come from San Luis and we'd go trick or treating.
Sounds like an obscene way to hit on a date, right?
Maybe.
You want to do some souling?
And so
Avatar
that's
style.
and that's how like the trick or treating became a thing.
Coneheads honing.
People becoming more active in dressing up and wearing masks and all that. So nowadays, like if you're not going to be giving out candy, or if you're going to be gone, often if you're not going to be able to give candy, but you have candy to give, that you're not be home, you leave out no candy, right? Because if you don't do that, what happens?
They egg your house. Hopefully. Like who doesn't do that? Or you're the guy that gives out apples.
Yeah, so don't give out apples. But yeah, so now like it's become a thing where well, if I don't give out candy, it could be a possibility that someone's gonna egg your house.
Well, we're going souling.
Totally,
You better have our candy.
Yeah, so if you're going souling, hey, I'm not saying to do it, but be considerate of the pain.
It's wrong. You
know?
shouldn't do it.
Don't go egging.
But I understand.
Eggs are expensive.
Yeah.
So wait for.
That's right. Wait for
prices to go up.
Biden's economy, right? Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway.
Speaking of treats, you know, a student came up to me and offered me this. Hey, Mr. Antenna, do you want a cookie? And here it is, right?
It's a soul cake.
And I was thinking, okay, cool, it's Halloween, a cookie. Where did you find this? She's like, well, I found it in the floor over there. I'm like, oh, that's very generous of you. It's the season, right?
So to keep ghosts away,
Uh-huh.
at times people would leave bowls of food outside their home because they were afraid that if they didn't, the evil ghosts or the spirits would come in
And egg your house.
and egg your house. But or they would, you know, to prevent them, to kind of appease the ghosts, they would leave bowls of food out.
Put dog shit in a bag and light it on fire.
And that's kind of the modern day version, right,
Okay.
of evil spirits. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I thought it was interesting to see how Halloween sort of started and how it's become such a major holiday, where even like daylight saving time was scheduled around this time. And I guess when they decided to make it the first Sunday of November, they did it in that way so that way it wouldn't sort of interrupt Halloween. You know, so people wouldn't be out too late or too early or whatnot, but to give people an extra hour of sun.
It's 7 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, maybe they should just do it on Halloween because then it would give it. Then it would get darker earlier. But I don't know.
I don't know. I always like staying up late.
There's actually no statistical data that shows it improves our economy or our productivity whatsoever. Daylight saving time.
And I for some time thought that this was the last year we were going to do like daylight savings time.
Yeah, California, I thought we did.
Well, it passed in the Senate, but in the House it didn't pass.
In California?
No, in the country.
California, I voted for it to
But
get rid of it.
But it didn't pass.
Oh, it didn't pass California
No,
either?
I don't think so. Because in Arizona, we've never had to change our clocks.
Yeah.
So the first time I ever changed my clock
Yeah.
was when I started here.
Is that how you made it to the World Series?
Yeah, that's how I made it to the World Series. But anyways, you know, fun fact though, did you know that Michael Myers?
This card gives me perfect posture.
Yeah, it does.
Anyways, Michael Myers. Sorry.
Michael Myers is connected to William Shatner. Star Trek. Trekkies out there. Star Trek. William Shatner. Right.
Yeah.
So if you think about the mask of
Signature
Michael
Halloween
Myers,
song. Uh-huh.
right? And if you think of Halloween, there's certain symbols that obviously are Halloween, a pumpkin, a skeleton, whatever. But when you think about figures, Michael Myers, you can't go without Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, you know, whatever. There's certain icons in Halloween. Michael Myers is one of them, especially with the theme song. But you know how they came up with the mask?
Oh.
So I got a little picture I want to share with you. So apparently, because the movie was on a short budget, they only had so much money.
Sounds like our show.
Yeah, kind of like us, right? So they took a mask that was made for Star Trek. And, you know, people buy masks. It was probably a Halloween mask of Star Trek. Mm-hmm. And what they did is they adjusted the mask in a way where they made the eyes bigger.
I'm sure a million views.
And they stretched out the mask more, and they kind of played with the hair, and they thinned out the eyebrows. And so this is the William Shatner.
Yeah, the one on the left is William Shatner. The one on the right is Mike Myers.
And then you have the Michael Myers. And there's also been different versions of the Michael Myers, but it was adopted from William Shatner.
I wonder if they mean different versions. Like after Thanksgiving, Mike Myers like put on some pounds.
Yeah, and so they made it more like less like emotionless, and they spray painted it and they gave it the color that they gave, but it gave it definitely a creepier look. But Michael Myers is William Shatner, and William Shatner
because of dick.
Captain Kirk, right?
Yeah,
that's Michael Myers. So fun fact.
Yeah.
So
fun fact, he's not very well liked by any of his co-stars from Star Trek. Do you know that? Like nobody liked him. He's a dick, but he's super famous.
Man. We can't all be liked.
No, we're not liked.
Well, you are. And,
I love me.
So that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. But I think this is a perfect way to sort of lead into some of our interviews, and we had a chance to talk to some of our
fun
friends.
with those interviews, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially La Miércoles. You'll see in a moment.
Yeah.
She had her own take on Halloween.
Freaking Wednesday.
So let's go ahead and get into those.
Let's do it.
John Henshaw.
Well,
Mr.
hello.
Henshaw. Oh, wait, that's not you. All right. We're asking people, what do you like about Halloween?
There's always candy at the house for like a good steady couple weeks before and after.
Okay.
It is always fun seeing people come to the door, all kinds of different costumes. But every year we get shocked, which is really cool. And my daughter loves to give out candy, so it's kind of fun to watch her go at it and, you know, just tell me about it. And my son gets a kick out of it too, because he's like, why are there so many people going to the door? He has no clue with his autism, so him doing that is really cool.
All right. Any favorite Halloween costumes?
Anything freaking Star Wars is always good. When the kids were smaller, before they could say no, Dad, then we would dress them up in certain ways. So my daughter's been freaking Jedi. She's been Kylo Ren. My son's been Yoda. So I mean, it's nice. It's a hell of a lot of fun for sure.
All right. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Okay, first off, happy Halloween, and I'm coming around to ask all these women, what is your favorite part about Halloween? We'll start off with La Miércoles.
There's dead people. And more dead people. Did I say dead people?
You know, if I could do the hand motion you were doing earlier, there'd be more dead people.
We do that all the time.
We wouldn't have a job.
That's how we work. That's how we roll.
Yeah.
I do discipline. And there's dead people. I see dead people.
Y la Selena.
Wednesday doesn't see dead people.
Yeah.
Como la flor, como la flor.
Oh my God. Oh my God, yes.
So, what was the question?
What's your favorite part about Halloween?
Nothing. I don't celebrate Halloween.
You're Joe's with
Everybody makes me do it.
JW.
I don't like getting scared for entertainment.
Really? That's too bad.
Don't do this. This is bad. My mom says it's bad.
Oh, Jehovah's Witness? Oh, that's why. And your favorite part about Halloween?
Staying up late.
You've heard it here. Oh, favorite costume ever? Do you have one?
That I do?
Like mine is Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we can't talk about that in the air. Like, you know what? All right. Hey, well, this is us. Okay, bye. Okay, the one and only Miss Valdez, Teacher of the Year every freaking year. What's your favorite part about Halloween?
With school or at home?
Anything you like.
Okay, so my favorite part of Halloween is teaching everybody that after they eat their candies, they need to brush and floss their
That sounds
teeth
boring.
and to make sure they drink water so it remineralizes their teeth. Healthy habits.
Remineralized. Never really thought of that. Do you have a favorite Halloween costume?
My favorite.
Ever.
Okay, so my favorite Halloween costume was when I created a Takis bag, and I was a bag of Takis. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Handmade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Favorite parts for Halloween. Thank you very much, Ms. Saladez.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Happy Halloween. We're here with Miss Stephanie Gomez, and we're asking her, what is your favorite part about Halloween?
I would say my favorite part of Halloween is the fun part of dressing up. I don't like any of the scary stuff. We don't do skeletons or anything that will scare my children at home, even though they're all teenagers or adults.
Yeah.
But dressing up is the best part, absolutely.
Yeah, pretend like you're somebody else, especially, right?
Yes,
especially after a few drinks, right? Yeah.
No comment.
Okay. And the second one is, do you have any favorite costumes that you could remember over the years?
So in the last 10 years, the English department has dressed up together. We plan it ahead of time, and we've had a lot of fun. My very favorite costume was when we were the grammar police to serve and protect, and we got Officer Boston in on our picture as well, and we had shirts made and we had all the gear, and that was fun. But we've done lots of themes over the years. We've done
you had a bank of pictures here.
Yeah, we did cartoon characters. So I did the Powerpuff Girls with Miss Cadrez and Miss Huerta. We've done puns where every English teacher is a different pun, so I was a holy cow.
Oh my God.
1 year we did Disney themed, so every curricular group did a separate Disney. So we did Inside Out for English 10, and I was Joy. We did last year Cards Against Humanity, and we did all of the students' excuses as the player cards, and then Students Be Like was the
you guys always
card.
get done every year. It's fun to see the posts. It's a lot of
fun. This year was harder because Miss Cadrez took a job in San Diego and moved away. So this is my first Halloween without her. But we did do, during quarantine, we were separated and we were s'mores, and we bought the costumes in our own city. She was in San Diego at the time. And then we took a picture and made a little, what do you call it, a photo grid photo together so that we could have a picture for Halloween.
She showed me a cool one that was her from Sunlight, right? She was Winnie Peppercorn and her husband, the Emmanuel Gomez.
Yeah.
Her husband was Squint Spalladores.
That was really fun too, because he doesn't like to dress up as much as I do. So I got him to do it, and he did look great.
My wife has to do the same thing to me. I understand.
You have to force her into it.
I understand, Manuel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
All right. So, move this out of the way. So those are the interviews. What do you think about Hinchon? Johnny,
I didn't. I was worried that he wouldn't break
character.
Say anything very professional. And then we got him in talking about Star Wars, right? Star Wars with the kids, how he dresses his kids up.
He's a sucker for Star Wars.
Oh yeah, aren't we all? Well, I guess not all of us, right? But
I was gonna do this. May the Force be with you, but that's okay.
Oh yeah,
that's different, Ron.
Yeah, you'd have been struck down by lightning.
So,
I love how they came out in the movie Ted 2. Where the girls saw some Star Wars characters walk by, and then she told them, I think she told them that or something from Star Trek, and everybody's like her dates, and then the guys at Comic-Con were all fighting, but then when she said that, it was like, oh wait, wrong movie, like everybody freaked out, like, hey girl, you need to freaking relax.
But I like how he has his classroom all decked out with Star Wars, and he made reference that, oh, what's your favorite Halloween costume? Oh, I hate Star Wars. So,
yeah, absolutely.
He's all about it.
So Johnny, then we got into Miss Gomez, Steph Gomez, and I get a kick out of it. Well, she said no scary costumes, which I guess I never thought of that before, but I never wear anything scary. My son likes that, and my daughter likes that because obviously they're black guys.
And thinking back, I don't think I've ever had I think the scariest costume I ever had was probably when I dressed up as a cholo when I was a little kid. Oh, I'm dressed up as a cholo with blood.
Scary,
but I was like, you know what? That ain't scary.
I think for first grade, I dressed up as a ninja, and I entered the school contest at Hedrick, and I didn't win. I didn't place. Apparently, they don't think ninjas are scary. Apparently, they've never had ninja stars thrown at them.
You ever had a ninja star thrown at you?
Yeah, like, is it scary now, fool? Like, yeah.
So, but you know what? I think what Stephanie was talking about, how as a department they always dress up.
Do they? Yeah, they always.
Last year they had the Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
And that was pretty funny. But they're pretty like good with coordinating.
Creativity, coordination. They have bigger department than ours.
Just doing this, like these,
dude, it was a pain.
Dude.
I'm telling you, every day I went home and I was telling my wife, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to.
Shout out to Jackie Fleitas. She's the art teacher.
She's the art teacher on campus.
She painted all of these cards, and it's not. I mean, it's very simple, but it takes time.
To paint all this blue stuff right here.
Yeah,
like,
and then the numbers and the lining.
Yeah.
But then also, you know, what I did is with Cindy, she bought all of the elastic stuff, but just kind of like having to make the holes and like trying not to rip these cards and like shoving these in there and then like sizing everybody else. It was a pain. Like trying to figure out like how much to use for each one. It takes time. So
I can't imagine that struggle. I was pissed when I lost my bow tie. I'm not doing it anymore. It's stupid. Halloween stuff. I lost my bow tie.
Like what I told you, the bow tie doesn't make your costume. It's that monocle. That's the kicker right there.
Well, guys,
as long as you have that, you're good with the Catherine. So, but anyway, going back with Stephanie was talking about how they always coordinate, they always get together.
Yeah.
So the English department, they always get down and they dress up.
She didn't even seem like she was going to mention it, but when she showed us the picture
on
the side of her husband, and she was Wendy Peppercorn, he was a little Smith, like
the other one. I don't remember if she mentioned it, but
and then
during the pandemic, obviously we were online for a year. But her and Betsy could dress. They coordinated Halloween costume.
They're going to be s'mores. One cracker had chocolate on it, and the other cracker had the marshmallow on it.
Well, but I thought it was peanut butter jelly.
It was peanut butter. No, they said s'mores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the s'mores. Okay. So they were able to coordinate
separate pictures, but they went like this, like a heart, and they took separate, and then they put the pictures together.
But that was pretty cool. The wins.
So she's always on it, but we appreciate it, Steph, for getting the interview. We've been trying to interview for the last couple episodes, and we were finally able to coordinate our schedules to make it happen.
But how about
dude, La Miércoles. Totally in character.
So for our non-English speaking people,
I see dead people. Oh,
our non-Spanish speaking listeners, all two of you, right?
Y'all here?
La Miércoles is Spanish for Wednesday. Wednesday Addams. She's dressed up as Wednesday Addams, but she's La Miércoles to fit the Loteria theme that we did, Loteria card theme that we did. But she was a character.
Yeah.
Like you asked her what's, she's like, I see dead people.
Yeah.
She's like very serious, and you know, she deals with all the discipline here on campus, so I feel her pain.
Yeah.
So,
and then we gave it to Jackie Fleitas, the art teacher who made these signs. And right away she started singing, and I was like, "Whoa!" I didn't expect that. She was killing it, right?
And she was in character. She was in character.
Yeah, and then of course we asked her, she never dresses up, and she's like, "Well, why not?" Well, because my mom didn't let me. Like, she was Jehovah's Witness. Okay. Now I'm not 100% that that's what the case is, but yeah, that's always a funny. Yeah.
That's what I took for her, but I was like, "Oh, you're missing out. It's fun." But hey, it's not for everybody. But
they always
more candy for us.
More candy for us. They wanted to dress up.
So, but no, that was cool. That everybody participated today.
And Lisa Campos staying up late.
Party people. That's what I'm talking about.
She started having kids, and that was it. Life is over.
Yeah.
Done.
But I don't know if you saw
Jackie
Valadez. Yeah. I just realized, like, I was like, she's usually like, she's the club advisor for HOSA, but she was dentist Barbie.
She's usually so professional, pretty reserved.
Yeah.
She came out as dentist Barbie.
Yeah.
And then we asked her for advice, and then she's like, "Yeah, make sure to brush and floss after trick or treating, eating your candy." I'm like, "What? Then what'd you say about getting minerals in her?"
Yeah. Basically
like,
taking care. She was in character.
Yeah.
Taking care of your teeth.
Yeah, she was killing it. Yeah, and then she says her favorite Halloween costume is dressing as a bag of Takis one year.
So, I don't know, what would have been your favorite costumes growing up?
My favorite costume Mine always sucked. Mine were always terrible. But my favorite thing, all right, what really set the tone for Halloween for the rest of my life wasn't as a kid. It was my freshman year in college. First Halloween, and we were like, my buddies from the dorms, we all went out and we went to a party, right? And of course, we didn't know anybody there, so it was really hard to find drinks. And were we 21? Well, that didn't help. We weren't 21 yet either, but you know, you could find drinks in college. So I remember a fight broke out. There was like a fight broke out, moved from the house out in the street, and these fools were fighting. And out from the crowd walked this dude going like this with a Richard Nixon mask.
Oh man!
He just walks out of the crowd, starts going like pretty much Richard Nixon breaking up a fight, going like this. And somebody else yelled from the crowd, "Hey everybody, it's Tricky Dick!" I'm like, dude, I was like, man, I'm gonna love college. I'm gonna love college.
That's funny because
that's what I love about Halloween.
One of my favorite costumes that we dress. I mean, usually my favorite ones usually involve like a group, a small group, and one of them was when we were nerds. When I was in college, I think it was my last year in college. Yeah. It was like 4 or 5 of us, a couple of my cousins, some friends. We dressed up as nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds. We were nerds, and so we're 21 already. So we went out to a block party in Scottsdale. We always had a big block party, and it was cool because when we got there, and we were all single. When we got there, there was a group of girls that were dressed up as nerds. So, you know, we were like, hey, what's up? So we were a big ass group of nerds.
I forgot
so
what
it was a good time. It
was Lambda, the Tri-Lambs, and then I forget what the girl fraternity for the nerds was. But anyways.
So, at the end of the night, we go to a house party, and long story short, we almost end up getting in a fight. But the funny thing was, like, we were pissed about something, like somebody was trying to mess with my brother. And so we're trying to find out what happened, was who it was, and here's like a bunch of nerds, like arguing, like literally with a bunch of cholos, like gangsters. And so it was just a funny thing to see. You see a group of actual cholos and guys dressed up as nerds almost getting a fight. But the whole thing that we had suspenders, we had suspenders, we had our hairs parted, all super like slick. We had like pocket protectors. We had like the big like glasses. So it was funny though. Yeah. But that was one of them. But thinking of another one, other than the Loteria, the one that we just did last year, we did the Men in Black together as a department. But one of my favorites,
I skipped out on that.
One of my favorites has to be when, as a couple, we dressed up as No Era Penal.
Oh,
I don't even remember that. Yeah. So. Back in 2014, the World Cup, Mexico.
Was that long ago?
Yeah, it was 2014. And Mexico played against the Netherlands. And for those that don't know, the Netherlands, there was a very controversial play in that World Cup match. And if whoever won advances to the semifinals or the quarterfinals, something like passed in the next level.
Yeah.
Well, the Netherlands player, Robin, he flops in penalty box, and they carded the Mexico player. But you can see in the picture, like there's no contact, man. He flops. They give them the penalty. They kick a penalty and score.
Yeah.
And then Mexico ended up losing. So I was the Netherlands player, and we had the Mexico player. My girlfriend at the time was a Mexico player. And so eventually they saw us together, and they're like, oh, no era penal! And so I would flop on the ground and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was cool, it was fun.
In character, baby.
It was in character, for sure. So,
there was one year, I think I was Scarface, and then, so you had to act like, like in character, right? So I remember the night at the club, and the way he danced, I don't know if you remember.
Oh, like kind of hopping?
Like he was kind of hopping.
Michelle Pfeiffer?
And I was wearing that Hawaiian shirt with the cigar coming out, and then like, my wife would egg me on to dance like Tony Montana from Scarface. But just doing that stuff, being in character is just, dude, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
You can't talk about Halloween without talking about Halloween movies. And so, I mean, the classic Halloween, Michael Myers, that's a given, right? Friday the 13th, that's a given. But what are some of your favorite Halloween-related movies?
I don't even know if it's that one, but like Texas Chainsaw Massacre comes to mind.
Okay.
But of course, there's the classics, right? And I know that, you know that lake that they made Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees at? In, Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake?
Supposedly there's a lake where somebody actually put like a statue or an actual dummy mannequin of him, and they put the mask on and they put him on, like they chain him to the bottom of the lake, an actual mannequin. So if you're ever like down there for whatever reason, who knows why you'd be down the middle, the bottom of the lake, like it'd be swimming, all of a sudden, oh crap, you're gonna see Jason Voorhees down the bottom of the lake.
That's hella creepy. So that's a good one.
Did you ever see a whole Halloween movie with Mike Myers and all that?
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen a complete one. Never seen a complete.
I haven't seen them in a while. Jamie Lee Curtis, right? And there's like 3 new ones in the past 3 years, so it's like a continuation of that. So Mike Myers never died or whatever. Yeah. But I think of Halloween movies, and there's a couple. And the
Legends
first one,
never die.
The first one is Beetlejuice.
Oh,
I love Beetlejuice.
Thank you. Okay.
I mean, because partly it's a comedy.
Wasn't necessarily a Halloween movie, but
it's Halloween sort of theme, right? It's kind of like scary,
dude,
whatever.
It's Tim Burton. He's the same guy that made
Edward Scissorhands.
No, what's that thing called? The movie Nightmare Before.
Oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
it's the animated one with.
But Tim Burton made that too.
Yeah. What's his name?
They're always always creepy. Yeah. Always super creepy movies like that, but they're all really, really good.
You know, it's another one. I mean, it's not about Halloween, but you talk about scary movies. Child's Play with Chucky.
Oh yeah.
Man, like I remember when I saw it, I was like 5 years old. I was a kid, but that's the only movie that I can remember that I ever like. I've seen The Exorcist. I've seen like Hellraiser or whatever.
Poltergeist is creepy.
Poltergeist. But I never really. I don't really care for scary movies. I really don't.
I've never been.
Well,
when I was a kid, I was, because I had more of an imagination. Now the burden of learning about history and stuff like that, and none of that stuff makes me
But with Chucky,
sad.
That was the only movie that I can think of that when I had a nightmare. I can still remember it. I was a kid and I woke up scared because Chucky was in my dream, and I had a nightmare that he was gonna come stab me. Yeah. And it was like, dude, I'm not kidding. I can still remember the dream. But Chucky, that's the only movie when I was a kid that I was scared.
Did you have a hard time dating redheads after that?
I've never dated redheads.
Oh, well, I see why.
There you go.
I see why.
So, but anyways, that's one. And then, I don't know, Little Shop of Horrors. That one.
Oh yeah, Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis, a big old plant. Feed me, Seymour. So, I mean, those are like some Halloween movies that jump out like right away. Ernest Scared Stupid. Remember Ernest was a cat?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you have all those other classic, scary thriller movies or whatever. Yeah. But
of course, the greatest music video of all time. You just said it. Michael Jackson's
Thriller.
So
that was a short film in itself. Right?
Yeah, they got crazy in the production. But I think still the best-selling album of all time.
And that probably is one of the most popular Halloween-related songs.
Yeah.
Other than the Halloween theme song, Thriller. You always hear. Yeah. I played it all day throughout class today. So that's what it is. But hey, Halloween, gotta love it. Yeah. It's honestly one of my favorite holidays of the year.
I love pretending like I'm somebody else. Like all day. Hey, sometimes let me take a picture, and I'm like, okay, I put this on.
Yeah.
And it goes through the process, and I button this up, and then of course I do a little pose. You have to get really snooty, really into the character.
You're in character.
You gotta really into the character.
I don't get that much into character itself, but it's just, I think that's why Halloween is so much fun for people, because they get to pretend to be something else.
Well, when we discussed it at the last assembly, we were watching these guys in the crowd, and like, how are they so outgoing? That's crazy. And you said it. You have to be willing to make yourself look like an idiot. Mm-hmm. And so that would cross my mind.
You have to sort of be an actor sometimes.
It's more entertaining to just let yourself go. Look what we're doing now. Freaking idiots, right?
So that kind of is I think that's a perfect segue into best thing of the week.
Okay.
So you want to go first?
Okay.
I'll go first. So best thing of the week, I have to say is today. Halloween in itself. Just kind of, honestly, like, it sounds kind of corny, but just seeing the excitement of people be in the Halloween spirit.
The students.
And the students, they love seeing their teachers act
They do.
Cool. They love seeing their teachers sort of make a fool of themselves, or just kind of be somebody out of character.
Yeah, Mr. Castillo just a tool.
So I would wait
Let me get a picture
I would wait till like after the bell rings, And I wasn't waiting for him at the door.
Yeah.
And then once the bell rang and everybody's in class, I would walk into class and I would hand out candy to everybody.
You wait for him at the door?
Sometimes, you know.
I always forget.
Yeah, but so
Every day I forget.
I would I would give them candies if they're dressed up, you know, and they're like, oh, loteria, this and that. So just kind of seeing that, and like later on today, I'm in my brother's neighborhood. They give out massive amount of candy. There's like 4 blocks of houses that give out a bunch of candy, and it's just packed with people.
In every town, there's these special blocks, like just like Christmas. Oh my God, this neighborhood,
Candy Cane
they
Lane.
have Christmas lights. We
For
have to
Halloween,
go.
that part
Yeah.
where my brother lives, it's like right near my house, but it's a nicer neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe. There's cul-de-sac and everything. But dude, like the kids, they show up. And it's, I don't know, I get a kick out of like seeing their costumes, but just seeing how excited they are.
I get excited that I could walk around with an alcoholic beverage in a cup, of course.
Of course.
And luckily I live in a
You're
neighborhood.
responsible.
I live in a neighborhood where it's just full of cops, full
Oh.
of law enforcement. So that makes me even more comfortable. If anybody actually breaking the law tries to mess with me, I don't have to worry about it. Because I'm sitting there drinking my liquor out of my cup.
So, and the other thing too is,
Not that I'll do that.
I'll be handing out candy as well, but I take my dog with me. But my dog loves attention. He's kind of like, he's kind of like you. He loves
I
attention.
love attention.
Yeah. So, and the kids just show up and they want to pet him, and he gets like super excited. So that's pretty cool to see how excited kids
So
get.
you're about to get, are you getting dressed like this tonight?
Yeah, I'll have it on and I'll just sit there and hand out candy. So it'll be a good time.
I can't believe those things held up all day, like the whole school day. I do have this mustache coming off. I'm gonna have to take my mustache, but whatever.
I think you should
We have extras.
You should grow one.
You know, I have too much Indio on me. I'm hairless.
You know what?
Yeah.
I could never grow a mustache in my life
I still can't.
until when the pandemic started. I let my facial hair grow. I was like, I ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah, I
Remember,
never saw you like that.
Dude, I had a mustache.
I'd never seen that picture
man.
before.
So if you never saw me with the mustache, you're never gonna see me with the mustache. I had a full-on
I want that
Fu
picture.
Manchu. I had it like even like curled out like my grandpa.
I
used
want
to
that
have it.
picture. I'm gonna put it on the wall.
So
right now.
yeah, good luck if you can find it. So I just burned
Send
all
it
the
to me.
evidence.
Send it to me. No, you still have it. I know you do. You showed it to me 2 days ago.
Oh, did I? Oh, anyways, best thing for you.
Okay, so of course today, us all getting together and coordinating and dressing up, it's really hard to do. You guys did the Men in Black thing, and I really didn't want to do that, just because I have a problem with Will Smith.
He's a great actor. It's not his fault. His toxic wife, ruined his career. But anyways,
That girl. Anyways, no, that's like I do not want to dress in Men in Black. So today, fine, I'll do it. Remember, I was like fighting with it.
oh, we didn't give you a choice.
And then even my wife not. And then my bow tie. I lost my bow tie. And then I was like, that's it. I'm not dressing up tomorrow. Screw this. My wife's like, stop being stupid. You're being childish.
I was like,
Yes,
dude, what?
yes.
I got a bow tie. I got
And
you.
then I texted. He came through with the bow tie. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm dressing up. And then so here we are. And it was a lot of fun messing around all day. I was very uncomfortable. Like, oh, is the jacket uncomfortable? No, I love dressing like this. But what was uncomfortable was always this monocle constantly coming off all day. So I only did this just for like walking outside the classroom or for pictures. And my upper lip is sweating
Yeah, looks nice. Though.
profusely.
So, but you got your daughter dressed up too.
Okay, but yeah. So the best of the week was actually my daughter. She's dressing up as Dorothy, and I'll definitely put that in the
You
reel.
gotta have a little basket and everything.
The basket with the dog, and God, that little girl, she loves dressing up. I took her to the Spirit Halloween, and she picked out 2 costumes.
Of course.
Dorothy, and then some evil, like it looked like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
And it was like the red eyes, and she loved putting it on. She liked to walk around the house, just in front of the house at night. It's not even Halloween. She just wants to be walking around the neighborhood. She gets her trick or treat thing, and she's like, she knows she's not gonna eat candy, but not until tonight.
You know what that reminds me too is like you talking about like your daughter dressing up in a certain theme. My friend Richard in Texas, dude, every year they win at Halloween, and partly is that his daughter will pick the costume or the theme, and they'll. So this year they were the Addams Family.
Okay.
But in the past he was Richard's like 6'4", 6'5" almost. But one of my favorite costumes he wore was Oompa Loompa. So you have a 6'4" Oompa Loompa. We're at the bar.
That's great.
Oh man, but they posted some pictures of Halloween this year. And they were there. It was perfect. So shout out to Richard. But
some people just know how to do Halloween right.
That's right. Halloween, do it. Have fun with it. But hey, let's go souling.
So let's go souling from El Vaquero y El Catrín.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some souling tonight.
Let's go trick or treating.
With our dogs and our kids, and
it'll be a good time.
We're gonna drink a lot, a little bit, not at all. Yeah. But anyways,
here's to another one. Happy Halloween. Salud. All right. See you guys next time.
Souling. Souling.